Wipe is officially here, guys. If you already know about the events and just want to hear about Wipe, I'm making a separate video after this that should already be linked in the description by the time you're watching this. Otherwise, enjoy the video. What's up, guys? Ridiculous Narwhal here, and welcome back to Narwhal Gaming TV. It's already been almost a week since my last video. It'll actually be about a week by the time you're watching this. Either way, a lot has happened. Mostly the same events that have been expected, unfortunately including a few lulls, but that wasn't really a surprise since the speculated patch day was on Thursday the 29th. Yesterday, though, BSG did the absolute last thing that anyone would have expected them to. But before we get into that, I'm going to try incorporating something new into my videos. Question of the day. Today's question: what is something Tarkov related that you've noticed isn't covered very extensively that you would like to see covered? Comment down below and let me know. There's a lot to unpack here, so I hope you're ready. The mass airdrops and all the bosses being on customs has kept people busy, but there were plenty of eyebrows raised when BSG did nothing but release a technical update on last Thursday. No event, nothing to really draw from in the patch info to give us a hint about what BSG was planning. At first, I thought maybe they could be lying about the technical update, but that seemed far-fetched. Nothing happened evidently, and then Friday back to business as usual. Trader event, barter only, slimmed down inventory, extremely high-end weapons, and items for trade for dog tags. I was scrolling through Twitter Saturday after streaming all night and saw this clip in my feed that BSG posted. Seemingly some sort of internal comms, there's an alarm blaring in the background, and one of them mentions being a sitting duck inside some sort of complex, labs. For those of you who, like me, didn't notice, the alarm in the background is the same alarm that you hear when you press the garage button in Labs. As most of you probably know, Labs has been free since Saturday morning. Sunday happened to be another lull, no event, nothing, but then yesterday, BSG dropped an absolute killer event on us, one that I wish I had had time to play. Therapist sends you a message informing you that the Lab's security system has failed, that her people brought back a Pandora's box full of strange medicine. A vial broke, and now her and her people were exposed to a deadly toxin. Since you had recently been in contact with her, you too are now infected with this deadly toxin. The only way to keep this toxin at bay, and in order to stay alive, you have to inject yourself with an antidote that will be dropped into Tarkov via airdrop. Because of all this, extractions have been closed off. This is all very wild and new, but how does this translate into the gameplay? What about Wipe? I'll leave Wipe for my next video, which I'll be recording right after this. It's going to be a late night. Anyway, the event basically goes as follows. You have 8 minutes to find the antidote, or you will die. The antidote, XTG-12, can be found by killing the bosses, their guards, or by airdrop. Antidote dropped via airdrop will be the only thing in the airdrop. Basically, any of these will net you a single antidote, unless of course you end up killing Sanitar, because he uses stims when he's aggroed. So obviously this means no antidote from Sanitar, usually. This makes the antidote somewhat of a hard find, turning up the heat in an already crazy combat environment. This is honestly the best event that I've seen since I started playing just a few weeks before 12.12 was released. Super exciting. I'm really jealous to all the people who got to spend a lot of time with this event. After I'm done making these videos, I'll probably play one raid of it and then go to bed finally. Since this event would effectively render the other maps useless without bosses, they added all bosses to most maps with a few exceptions, that being Labs and Factory. Labs makes sense since this is where the toxin originated from, but I have seen people saying Killa is on Factory and there are still raiders on Labs. I couldn't find any other clear information on what bosses were where, but I digress. To aid in our efforts, stamina is unlimited, and all trader items have been unlocked at almost free prices except for task-locked items. I forgot to mention the extracts in here. Essentially, the extracts are locked until a certain point in the match, and basically won't start unlocking until you start advancing towards them. Sometimes meaning you have to find about 2 antidotes in order to survive a raid. Each antidote resets the timer to the 8 minutes, so you basically wait until the last couple seconds to inject, and then you have another 8 minutes from then. Kind of long-winded, but I'm hoping that this reaches at least a few people that aren't really up to date with anything that's been happening in Tarkov. If you have no idea about any of these events, awesome. I'm glad I could update you on everything. If you'd like to know what happened at the other events last week, click on the video at the top that should be appearing right about now. Also, if you want, below that there will be a playlist of my gameplay from this wipe, my first wipe. I appreciate you guys for watching. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you're not already, and as always, stay ridiculous, my friends.